Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about why it's important to post. I know a lot of people overthink when it comes to posting, and they're scared and they don't want people to see the bad work, or they don't know what people are going to think, and and now in Instagram and TikTok we're in this bad mindset that like, oh, if it doesn't do well it sucks, which is not true. There's a lot of great photographers, a lot of great artists, videographers, whatever creative field you're in, that have really quality work, and a lot of people just haven't discovered them yet. A lot of things are not going to happen immediately. It's not going to happen today once you post. Let's say a post goes viral. Oh my gosh, like this is it. And also, just because if your post doesn't do well in the first day doesn't mean it's not going to do well ever. I've had posts not do well the first day. 3-4 weeks go by, it just starts blowing up and it starts getting engagement, and a lot of people are starting to see it. These things take time. And it's like about your art. You don't want to rush your art. You want to create stuff that you enjoy and that you're happy with, and also with your process, whatever works for you. This story leads back to when I posted a reel back in 2022. I took a kind of wimp and a risk to go down to Los Angeles. I met up with some homies. For the first time I met my homie Jordan over there. I met my other homie Omar over there. And then I met my other homie Marty, which is 6TIFF. We all started to become really good friends, and we started hanging out throughout that trip. And I was actually going through, I guess, like a breakup or a situation that just kind of failed. So I used that to fuel me and to create new art during the trip. So I messaged a couple of people to shoot some stuff down there, and the one that stuck out throughout the trip, well, there's two photos that stuck out throughout the trip. One of them was what I'm really known for now, which is the pink and blue Porsche. So I DM'd this car owner named E30 bruh, and he was down to do the shoot. We pulled up to his house, and he was like, what car do you want to shoot? And I was like, oh, let's shoot the pink and blue Porsche. It's going to be really cool. The reason why I found that spot was to my homie Chaz. Shout out Chaz, because if it wasn't for him, that would have never happened. We shot the day, and I knew it was like a really good set, and I had a really good feeling about it. So I developed the film quickly, and Jordan got like an amazing BTS video for me. So I just posted a reel. Thought nothing of it. A couple months go by, and I get an email. You're like, hey Angel, we run Porsche's Instagram, would love to repost. So I got the comment, and then they sent me the email, and I was like, oh, sick. Like, it was like first time I was getting posted by a really big brand. A month later, they posted the video, and the video did really well on their page, like extremely well. I didn't think it was gonna do that well. I never really thought anything after that. So I kept doing my thing. I kept shooting. I kept expanding. I kept learning. I kept trying to grow myself, grow the page, grow the brand, and I get this random email. But the way that these corporate people write these emails, they look spam. They look fake. And I had to ask my brother, like, is this real? Like, is this a fake email or what's happening? And when I talk to a lot of brands or clients that hire me, I always ask, how'd you find me? How'd you hear from me? I did a job with Jordan a couple months back when we did something for Toyota. I asked, how'd you guys find me? They're like, oh, we saw you in the in-feed post. Like, we're always looking for creators. And this is why I always tell people it's important to post. It's important to put yourself out there. Because at the end of the day, it's not for you to judge the work. It's for the audience to decide whether they like your photograph or not. You only need one post to change your life. And that's my philosophy when it comes to creating art or whatever. You just need really one good banger. And from that banger, the doors will flood open. Just like how I had my breakthrough with Porsche. And that opportunity kind of led me to experience, what it's like to work with a big brand, and like the stress I had to deal with it. Obviously I was nervous. It's working for Porsche. Like, I knew it was going to be on the page. Like, I was overthinking, being like, is my work good enough? Like, are people going to like it? Like, am I creating good content? And it was a really big weight on my shoulders. And especially, like, I've never done something like this before. Once you have the momentum of that one post or that one big opportunity, you have to put everything forward and keep going. What I see a lot of creators do, which is a big mistake, is that they stop. They're like, oh, I get my one big break, I'm chilling. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to post. Everyone knows me. It's not true. People forget about people really fast, especially with social media. There's so much new things and new events and new stuff happening that you got to keep yourself relevant. And especially when you have a big break like that, you have to keep putting everything forward because you have that whole momentum. And I took it like, okay, this is my big break. This could be my only break. And this could be the only chance I have to really set myself apart and set myself forward. So I kept posting. I kept producing content that I knew was going to do well. I kept creating photographs that I wanted to create, that I really enjoyed. It led me to work with bigger brands. A lot of people found me easier. A lot of people heard about me, and also led me the opportunity to buy my own Porsche, which was, that itself was crazy enough that I was able to do that. It's still so surreal that I bought a car I wanted to buy thinking I couldn't get it, and then it just kind of all worked out for the best. From there, it kind of, the whole snowball effect happened. I guess the presence on social media opens the door for you to have a conversation. Be like, oh, I can do this. I know a lot of people can do what you can do. How do you do it to the brand's vision and convince them that you can do it the best, better than anyone else in the world? So that's also like a creative challenge that you have to do as well. That's why it's important to create work that you enjoy, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's putting content out there and putting yourself out there. Your art is your own self-expression. So it's important to do that, because that's probably the best way you can grow. And the only way that you can really grow in a positive mental way, as I see people do a lot of things that, they don't want to do, and then they make it and they're all like sad because it's like, oh, I have to keep doing the content I don't want to do. And at the end of the day, everyone's own experience and story is for something to share, because no one has lived it through your eyes and through your perspective. And it's important to kind of showcase your own story to inspire others. I'll give you an example. One of my friends was creating content just to create content, just to go viral. And it wasn't really working. Once he started to shift, because once we had a conversation, I'm like, just do what you want to do and create the stuff you want to do and just photograph what you want to do. Once he started doing stuff like that, he started growing immediately. And of course, because you're connecting to something and you're putting your best full effort into it, it's going to be shown. And a lot of people are going to see that. To conclude, I'm going to say just keep posting. Don't be discouraged, and don't compare yourself to others, because, just because someone had it faster or earlier, you didn't see the years that they spent doing it. A lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, like, you're lucky you made it happen. It is like 8 years in the works. 8 years of trying new photography. I was doing some whack-ass photography back in the day. Because at the end of the day, everyone has potential. You have to tap into it yourself and find it and portray that part of yourself that you had no idea that was in you. And from these moments that you work with the brands, enjoy it, because it's not an everyday thing. And you have to remember where you started off. And I'm not saying to post every day, post 3 times a day, post 5 times a day. Just post more. Don't be afraid. Don't be like, oh, no one's going to like it. Because a lot of the times when I did that, when I'm like, oh, no one's going to like these photos, it's my best performing photos. And there's many more opportunities for you to go forward and push forward. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it only takes one post. One post can change your whole life. And that's what happened for me. And I hope my story inspires you to go out there and change that mindset, to just have one post. And from there, you see the world unfold in front of your hands.